to sit up and tell black men because you feel like that makes you a man putting women down? Just because we don't want to vote for Kamala Harris, that's putting women down based upon the issues? That's sick. And I know the reason why you're doing it. This is the same old playbook of shaming black people into voting for Democratic candidates. So now you want to sit up and call my manhood into question. Now you want to call my support for women into question.
I'm going to go ahead and just speak some truths, if you don't mind. Yes. Because my understanding, based on reports I'm getting from campaigns and communities, is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running.
For sure. And don't expect to.
I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers.
The brothers. The same playbook year after year after year. More pandering. But I just wanted to let you guys know this is a semi-blind reaction for me because I actually seen clips and snippets overnight on TikTok and Instagram. And so this is a semi-blind reaction. But this video is about 5 minutes. And so I wanted to see his full comments about getting black men and the black community as a whole to vote for Kamala Harris. But while I have you here, I would kindly ask that you go ahead and smash that like button so that we can get our content out to more people. And it also helps us to continue to grow our community, and it's absolutely free. Thank you.
So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear,
and it is,
when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences, who's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land and is putting forward concrete proposals to directly address the things that are vital in our neighborhoods and our communities, from housing to making sure that our mothers and our fathers and our grandparents can afford medicine.
Well, to be honest with you, President Obama, she hasn't put forth any plan for Black America, for the Black community, for Black people. And she said in her previous statements that she wouldn't do anything specifically for Black people. So what are you talking about? You said she grew up like us. She has our experiences. That's still at this point is questionable and remains to be seen. We don't really know that. And just because a person goes to an HBCU, joins a sorority that's historically Black sorority, does not mean that they are the right choice for me. Not only that, just because their skin has color doesn't mean that they're the right choice for me. I want concrete policies that will benefit me, my family, my community, and America as a whole. So the choice is very clear no matter who you choose. I personally don't think that she's qualified. In a lot of ways, I don't feel like she knows what the hell she's doing at all, to be honest with you. And so the choice is very clear for me. But what we don't need is black politicians who are never around, because Obama's not around. He only comes around into our communities during election season, calling us brother. We don't need more people like you and Magic Johnson and other black entertainers to come into our community and tell us what's good for us, because we know what's good for us. I hate when they sit up and talk to black people, but especially black men. Oh, we have to educate them on this. It's like, shut up and let's do what Massa tell us to do. Oh, she doesn't have the support that I had. Well, maybe it's because people's eyes are open and they don't see her in the same way that they see you. Maybe they don't feel like she's as qualified. Maybe they don't feel like she's authentic. Maybe they have just lived up under this administration, the Biden-Harris administration, and they feel like they have less money in their pocket. Maybe that's it. It's just their personal experience, which you probably the Obamas are probably worth a couple $100 million. They don't understand the experiences of black people every day, average black people. They've probably forgotten about those days because we never see them around in our communities anymore until election season. So let's get real. We don't need you to tell us what's good for us, President Obama. Thank you.
And making sure that we are dealing with prices that are too high and rents that are too high, and are committed to making sure that we maintain the Affordable Care Act. So everybody's got health care and cares about things like education.
The Affordable Care Act. The Affordable Care Act made everybody's premiums grow up. It had no cost-saving measures in the plan, and that's why all of our premiums doubled and tripled after it was made law. Everybody's premiums went sky high. And then you put a mandate in there that everybody had to have health insurance, or they end up being penalized at the end of the year when they file their taxes. So Obamacare in its original form would have brought price down, but after they got done watering down the bill, it didn't help. And then, like I said, everybody's paying double, triple the money now. So the only thing that was really good about it, in my humble opinion, was the fact that they set up a marketplace, and most importantly, the preconditions aspect of the Affordable Care Act, to where people who already had pre-existing conditions could actually still receive health insurance.
And entrepreneurship in our neighborhoods. And that's on one side. And on the other side, you have someone who has consistently shown disregard, not just for the communities, but for you as a person. And you're thinking about sitting out?
Here we go with the lecture. The serious face.
You know, because of Pookie might be. And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that. Because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly now, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president.
First of all, my dear sir, President Obama, who gives a fuck how you feel about it? Respectfully. You call it excuses. Why isn't it that it's just that black people know what's best for them? And they don't see where in the last almost 4 years that they've benefited from the Biden-Harris administration, and they don't want to vote for more of the same. Why do you call that an excuse? This is what I'm talking about. They talk to us like they own us, like we're children. Why would you call that an excuse? And then you have the nerve to get up here and say that we wouldn't vote. A lot of black men, you think, You don't have any type of evidence to support your claims. You just throwing some shit out there because what you want to do is you want to blame black men if she ends up losing this race. But you say black men don't want to support her because she's a woman. You're a damn fool for that. You're going to sit up and say we don't want to support her because she's a black woman? All the black female candidates that we've supported over the years, all the black women that are in politics, all the black mayors around the country, and you sit up and say that we don't want to support Kamala Harris because she's a woman? That's the most foolish thing you could say. How do you think all of those black female mayors, black female House of Representative members got there? You think just black women and white women put them there? Or do you also think black men put them in those positions of power? Because if you're a mayor, if you're a black female mayor, if you're a black female governor, you're an executive. You're in the executive office, so you make decisions. It has nothing to do with the fact that she is a woman. And the crazy thing about it is that black people tend to vote based on identity. So the statements that you're making make absolutely no sense. But what you want to do is you want to shame black men into voting for Kamala Harris, even though you sit up and say that she has policies and plans for us, but she doesn't. And she says she would not do anything. These are the words from her own mouth. I will not do anything specifically, and I'm paraphrasing, specifically for black people, for the black community. No. So you trying to say we're not intelligent enough to realize that someone said that they wouldn't do anything for us, and because they said that, they don't deserve our vote? When that same person, that same woman, went out and she fought for the rights of illegal immigrants who were in prison who wanted gender reassignment surgery. That's fighting for a specific demographic. But you said you wouldn't do that for your so-called own kind? Well, people keep telling us you're black. Well, if you're black, why wouldn't you want to do something specifically for black people? Why would that be a problem? I don't get it. But this guy is nothing but a puppet. He is nothing but a puppet. And it's time that people wake up and realize that President Obama, classy guy, beautiful wife, beautiful children, beautiful family. But this guy is bought and sold. And you got to stop looking at people's skin color and thinking because they have the same skin color as you that they have your best interests at heart. That's just not the case.
And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that.
Legitimate reason.
And I think anybody you are talking to in a barbershop, anybody you are talking to in your house, in your family, at church, who is coming with that kind of attitude, I think you have to ask them, well, how can that be? Because the women in our lives have been getting our backs this entire time. They've been raising us and working and having our backs. And
this is the exact type of rhetoric. This is the exact type of treating black men like they're dumb and slow and elevating black women. This is the exact reason why black men are leaving the Democratic plantation, the Democratic Party. Because you show so much respect, reverence for black women, but then you treat black men like they're children. We don't need you to tell us about what our moms did for us because we know. And this ain't about gender, family. This is not about gender. This is about policy or lack thereof.
When we get in trouble and the system's not working for us, they're the ones who are out there marching and protesting. And so now you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down?
This man, this man is a fucking clown. I mean, and I don't want to, I strive to try to be respectful, but to sit up and tell black men, because you feel like that makes you a man putting women down, just because we don't want to vote for Kamala Harris, that's putting women down based upon the issues? That's sick. And I know the reason why you're doing it. This is the same old playbook of shaming black people into voting for Democratic candidates. So now you want to sit up and call my manhood into question. Now you want to call my support for women into question because I don't want to vote for her, because I noted that over the last almost 4 years, the money in my pocketbook doesn't spend the same way it did. I have illegal immigrants all in my city sucking up the resources from grandma and auntie and my brothers and my handicapped cousin. But you want to take it and you want to focus on identity. And you want to call our masculinity into question? Shame on you, President Obama. You're nothing but a shield and a tool for these people. And you should be ashamed and embarrassed of yourself to get up on TV in front of cameras and talk to black men like they're children. You should be ashamed of yourself. And I've noted that you've been doing it for the longest time. Every time you get up in front of people talking about Pookie and Ray Ray, my name ain't no damn Pookie and Ray Ray. You talking to successful black men, family men. Pookie and Ray Ray ain't out there voting for y'all ass. They ain't voting Democrat or Republican. So have some respect for us. This is the exact reason why black men have left the Democratic Party and don't want to vote. Because you overlook them, you neglect them, you talk to them like they're children, you talk to them like they're nobody. Like they don't have the sense enough, the intelligent enough to make decisions on their own for what's best for them. That's just insane to me.
That's not acceptable. That's not, this shouldn't even be a question.
Okay, so family, I don't want to let this video drag on for too long, but I want to speak to black men, myself personally. If you're watching this video, first of all, I love you and I respect you, brother. Stand your ground. Don't let them bring these out of touch son of a bitches into your community and tell you what to do, as if you don't have the intellect enough to decide for yourself what's best for you. Don't let them shame you into voting for somebody who's going to ignore you for the next 3 years. Stand your ground. I don't give a damn what mom says. And I'm saying stand your ground no matter who you support. So I'm trying to figure out, how do we continue to vote for more of the same? Stand your ground. Thank you so much for the support. If you want to continue to support this channel, or if you never supported this channel, the best way you could do so is to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you're not a part of our family, the Young Black and Wealthy family, simply go find that subscribe button and tap on it. Love y'all. Don't forget to get a family a hug from me. I'll see y'all in the next video.